Just the News article by Daniel Payne. Efforts are underway in key battleground states to return voting systems to pre-2020 rules. Good. Legislators are looking to roll back major changes to mail-in voting and early voter lists. Why are they doing that? They're not doing it because they're nice guys. Politicians are almost never nice guys or gals. They're doing it because they want to stay in power. How do they stay in power? By getting your vote. How do they get your vote? By responding to what you tell them you want them to do. So by emailing them and calling them and saying, hey, I'm really not cool with these ridiculous, unconstitutional rule changes to elections. I think we should focus on voter integrity, election integrity issues. It matters. Here you go from the Just the News piece. Changes to election rules, some of them enacted prior to 2020 and others put in place in response to COVID, have included expansive mail-in voting, which, by the way, I'll side note, the New York Times noted repeatedly mail-in voting was more susceptible to rejection. I'll throw that in there. Expanded early voting. Okay, folks, we're early voting now, like 3 months out or something. Is this insane? Relaxation of verification rules. Why would we do that? And extensions to ballot receipt deadlines. All that stuff in swing states could be changed. Matter of fact, in some swing states, there's legislation moving right now that will change it. Why? Because your voice matters. Look what's happening in Georgia. The Senate passed a bill that would require voters to submit photocopies of their voter ID for absentee ballot applications. What's the problem with that? Hey, just show us you're the person actually voting. Is that really controversial? Am I missing something here? I don't think so. The bill would also do away with current signature matching, the system currently in place for absentee voting. The system's ripe for fraud and abuse, especially after Governor Kemp agreed to activist demands to make it more onerous for officials to reject disputed signatures. Why would you do that? Georgia. Let's go on this. Let's go. Let's go. We got that? Let's go. Back. We're all back now. We're all back, okay? Ow. So soft these days. Pennsylvania, which Trump lost by fewer than 100,000 votes. State lawmakers have signaled an intent to repeal the state's no-excuse mail-in voting system, first implemented in 2019. State Senators Stefano and Mastriano. You get it? Mastriano. You get it? Paul, you get that? State Senator Stefano and Mastriano. Last month said in the Senate memorandum, some of you will get that. Bongino. In a state memorandum, they intended to introduce legislation repealing the no-excuse mail-in ballot provisions put in place 2 years ago via States Act 77. Mastriano, Stefano, Bongino, let's go. Back. Let's move that. Let's move that. I like these two guys. All right, let's move that. Let's get that going. Let's get some brews here. Let's get some brews here. For those of you who like the Bronx Tale. Finally, these things going on in Arizona. It's a bill under consideration in Arizona, where Trump lost just by 11,000 votes, which would make it a felony for any public official to proactively send out a mail-in ballot to any voter not on the state's early voting list. Gee, that sounds like a good idea. Why would we want to send out a ballot not requested by someone who's not even in the state's voting system? That seems kind of dumb. Yeah. There are things happening. And they're happening because of you. Because you're all back. We're all back in the game now.